delivery asamange bakirisime ase number 0742178765. Nyota Dry Cleaners, nyota ya usafi.
Maragwa ya vene na inde aseri tukeriga rietiche gatatu ritukoria Jumatano na ukoneria ndonsia sori mwanchumu rigereria karengi buna nogendretu twaro mogaso na bwe maragwa ento kima wetera Getembe TV. Karibu sana tunyare gusanga ase ali agenderete kubwa muno amangana ayoburai ayomurikiri kima ase ritukeriga riri eria vene. Karibu sana mkoro kwa Matildah Obaigwa usanga na inchi aso mutandao o YouTube, Facebook naro emo asemo na Getembe TV. Kirango chake Ekeonga omo konyi bumurai ase kiama gia Jubilee Dr. Ekeonga Matiangi oyo osanerete kirango kyo burai wensi ase obochori obonene bole bosio ni kubono anyare gotabuna na gendete oyaliganirie kigima nabo igo nareta yare kwene kibuna abakenya gosensi ya Kenya yanyarire konyora oburai bwebirengo biria viganiri goseburia abakenya bagusanira nigo aho kwana yega kurwa ase omuyiga bwebirero ime ya Kandara ase county ya Muranga umugaso rero asate birubuna nari no kwigena ikina citinga kichae munguru amubangirete anyare kora abakenya.
Not when we are old you can't read things. Me, I've already answered that call. I want to serve now. I'm ready now when I'm energetic and strong. And when I can see, when I don't have to get help to read things. And you said that God wants us to give him the best, not the least, and not the last. Bishop, I have already answered that. I have finalized the business of this world, including working for the World Bank. What is now left is to give my country, Kenya, the best, not the least, and not the last. And so, all of you wonderful people, that can't happen, of course, without your support. So we ask for your prayers, for your support. And as we come around talking to you, we love your counsel. I'd make a mistake if I leave here without saying this. My Lord Bishop, I remember that question you referred to. I didn't know, I couldn't remember the person who asked me that question. Frankly, I don't know whether this is God's time, because I just said at that time, because he was asking me, you speak like Kibaki, why don't you contest the presidency? That's 5 years ago. I told him I can't now. There are those who have declared themselves. The Lord's time is the best. Frankly, I don't even know as I stand here whether this is the Lord's time. All I'm doing myself, and I can say this before you, as ordained church ministers, is that I am submitting myself.
na chinga kiechiga nigo aburire abakenya kuba maiso kuba muno ekiro abarai abange na boigo abana siasa bachakire chi campaign chintindi sebono aburi na teri buya koenekia gose kugendera koraria chi campaign echo chikoraria obogisaku chikoreto gwatana kana sigati abakenya na boigo chikorira abakenya bande gutigara ne chingoma na boigo gutigara ne mioyo esarigete kubwatikana na mangana yoburai asebono atebruna Kenya ne yemo tebwenereti chisegi chigendere koenekiwa.
Please, we have come to that season when temperatures begin to rise. And then we talk to each other, not as in a disciplined manner like our leaders of the church. Those of us out there sometimes are not very disciplined in the choice of the words we use and in the things we do. My request, my prayer and wish to all my fellow political leaders and players is that Kenya is one, and we are one people. All of us children of God. Whether you walk from the north, the south, the east, or the west, we are one people. The founders of this nation intended it to be one nation, so that we remain to be one people. Please, the temptations of power are not good enough to cause divisions amongst us. They are not good enough to divide us. Let us remember that for all of us, a time will come like this for each one of us, like it has come for David Kiarie today. What people will remember about us is not the harsh words we have said about each other, or the lies we have told, or how we have divided our people. What will be remembered, and what will be important to leave behind, as our bishop spoke to us here, is the good work we did, the relationships we built, the community we served, and the legacy we left behind of service to our people. So I pray that we all preach unity, love, and togetherness as we go along.
Na ukorwa ase serikali ere avisi kubwatikana na mororo yikirenga kyo mwaka bwetiri bubere 30 na boigo gwetania gwiko mwaka bwetiri bubere 50 onomo nigo omuraivensi ya Kenya Mosque William Ruto na omokonyoye na bara ikorwa ase serikali bono banyara gwika kora igikaro ekyo kyabwatirania barai abange na boigo abakenya kora chinsemo na chinga kyecho nigo bono abakenya banyare konyora libaga ryogosanga ebirengerero byabo anamuno ase sabali yokoneke buna ense ya Kenya yanyare konyora oburayo buya na boigo kogenderera awetera se amagendero wika ase omwaka 2060.
There are three compelling reasons why this conversation should take place at this important time. First, our country has been guided by Vision 2030 as its long-term development plan since 2008, implemented through successive 5-year medium-term plans covering the period 2023 to 2027, remains anchored on Vision 2030. But what happens after 2027? This is where medium-term plans becomes important. If Kenya simply develops another 5-year plan without first agreeing on the country's long-term destination beyond 2030, our planning process risks becoming another cycle of programs and projects without a sufficiently clear national direction.
While the indicators have not really been what they should be, getting 1.2 million children to sit for an exam in 1 year and graduate to the next, that to me is a huge achievement, because we have moved from a very low number.
While we do not take for granted how far we have come, we celebrate this milestone, and as young people, we say this: we would love to see more. We would love to see more roads, we would love to see more development, and we would love to see more healthcare.
If you look at our history, where we came from in terms of political representation, it was a male-dominated field. Women who aspired to be leaders were considered somehow wayward because it was really considered a male domain. Today, we have women at every level of our governance.
I hope to see a Kenya that is inclusive, a Kenya that is intentional, a Kenya that is led by us with diverse perspectives and disabilities.
Na omokonye vumurai wense moske kidire kindiki a sense moyae ni gatebiruna abakenya abobonete utwaro kwigena ikiagera ense ya Kenya nere ne chinguru kose nere ne libagari nene ryugukina gwikira ebirengo byetinse chire chabere chikogendera kose birengo bya first world nereka ukona kurwase amagacha yo KICC kindiki ni gatebiruna ense ya Kenya nabwekoba entenengu kegima na kubwa mono kweneke buna banyale gusanga amarorabo asorogongo ro Afrika kweneke buna rogongo rigatirora aba rogutigara magega na bwo kubwatiraniwa no butaka buna kuro emyaka ya erire.
Kenya and Africa is able to venture into the league of wealthy, developed nations. We just need good leadership. We also need confidence in ourselves that what other nations can do, what other races can do, the African race can also generate countries that can move from poverty and move into progress. It is possible. I want to challenge ourselves as Kenyans not to be dismissive and skeptical all the time, and to depoliticize the development of our country. We can politicize everything else. Let us not politicize the development of our country, because if we do so, then we see some of the results that have created the kind of gaps that we have seen. So we need confidence in ourselves, the ability of our nation to rise. We need strong leadership, and we must insulate, as we have this conversation, this country from policy disruption. The biggest threat of African countries, the biggest threat of the developing countries is policy disruption, where some of the things that I've talked about have been put in place, but they are disrupted when there is a change of administration. Somebody comes with their ego as opposed to the national interest, and they want to change this, to change the other, to disrupt this, instead of perfecting.
Na asinsemo ya Rais William Ruto ni gobono anyare gotebabuna obuya mborororo saba Kenya bonsi komanyugwa ali agenderete naboigo amaroro yense naboigo komanywa wika ebirengo biriaba konyara gusanga ebirengerero byabo naboigo koeneke buna ase esafari yokogenda kose gokinense ya Kenya wika omwaka bwekiri bubere 2025 nomo abakenya bandeti bagutigara magega fatigara so musunteime satebiruna asikirenga gya Vision 2030 igo abakenya bange batanyarete komanya kose kwegwaribaga ryo gusanga ebirengerero byabo ne serikali eyo yairete gwikira kinga kichiga abange batanya komanya buna ikirenga ngereki kyare.
The reason why you find in some cases many people do not understand, do not relate to Vision 2030 was because there was no public participation to the extent that we know public participation as provided for in the Constitution at the moment. And therefore, we have an opportunity this time round, different from the opportunity that was in 2008, to formulate a long-term plan, one that is done by the people, not by government, not by bureaucrats, by the people themselves. And therefore, we need to give ourselves the opportunity, and this opportunity that we have to think about Kenya long term. We want to pick the minds of everybody, the farmers, entrepreneurs, students, technocrats, everybody. Let them tell us what kind of future that we all want to think about. And nobody should assume that any one of us has the monopoly of knowledge. This cannot be, and I make it very clear, this is not a government project. This is a people's project. So Kenyans must prepare themselves. It is a responsibility put on our shoulders collectively. And I will be speaking as a citizen as well, because I also have aspirations on what I think our country should be, beyond me being a leader today in Kenya.
Mwancho muligirere yoko igure tubasa gutigara magiga ase vision yo mwaka 2030 na wo goika umwaka 2060 una serikali egenderete kurubiria endera gusangana Getembe TV na bwe gotubwati ase mitandao yitu yekerero kwimanya ayo na yanda mangi ali agendete gwatika korwa ase chinsemo au na korwa ebinyoroime korwa ase serikali enene bwe korwa chi sector chionsi korwa Matildah Obaigwa Eugene korwa ase studio ya kabere bakubwatirana na yuno kegendera gutwara emaragoba engia na bwe goburigiriro bia meya Ekeonga kya momogusi.
Nyota Dry Cleaners niko bagusibya balingana kubase cyanga cyao wekerano ngusibya bare chisuti chigown chiduve chicurtains chicarpet ebikoro tukurwa bidibya bana wekabiri by'abantabanene wigo mukuru bare obokoreri wa vacuum cleaning sofa set cleaning asechinga niko bagutuka imeyumo cy'ubusungo nyanjwa ananya gitali ya maiso mbabwate bwigo bukoreri bwa pickup na bwigo delivery asamange bakirisime ase namba 0742178765. Nyota Dry Cleaners, nyota ya usafi. Ne nubatekorera kundi gwensi ebenkulye kwemekutano ukorere kugukwa kuri gukwinyurya gusemera igende yonsi oraganye erariwe mono Getembe FM your station nero eridyuka eyubwate siginentindi na bwigo ensera kirege tangaza munentwe asirigulirya mu